Hello everyone, welcome back to Business Central News Things. Today I want to talk about Copilot, GitHub Copilot app in for VS Code. If you haven't installed it yet, um, which is I would be surprised if you haven't done it yet. Yeah, you go and you install the GitHub Copilot chat, and you would get here the chat where you can talk to GitHub Copilot. I think it's Control Alt I, the shortcut to enable it, or you can enable it from the menu from here, chat. Um, so um, yeah, so there are a few good use cases for GitHub Copilot, but mostly I've been using GitHub Copilot to get suggestions from the Copilot. And if you haven't turned on the suggestions, go to Preferences Settings and just search for Next Edit. And next edit suggestions on my installation is enabled. Give it a try. See how what sort of suggestions you get from Copilot when you write code in AL or in your favorite language, programming language. So yeah, next edit is one of the things that I've been using. I've been using Copilot, GitHub Copilot to sometimes to refactor the code of functions. Other use cases were even for creating smaller pieces of development, creating tables, creating pages. But I discovered recently another another way of using Copilot, and I think it's very cool that we have this tool. We can use GitHub Copilot to analyze a project and generate documentation for it. So, for example, recently I worked on an AL app that I didn't write. It wasn't mine, but and it was quite big, and I wanted um, to get in the fastest way possible a good idea or at least an idea of what that app does. And as a software developer, it takes some time um, to to analyze the code in an extension, to see what it does. Usually, we're asked to look at an extension when something doesn't work, so we start debugging the code, and yeah. This is time consuming. That's getting you exposed only to a specific function or a specific process, and you still don't know everything that's going on in that extension. So I said, okay, what if we use Copilot to run an analysis on that extension and to provide us or me with a summary of what's going on in that extension. And for this reason, I took an extension that I really don't have much experience with, and this is subscription billing. I am here in the Microsoft BC Apps in the github.com website. I looked at a branch of code that releases 27.0. And what I did, I downloaded the subscription billing and I loaded it in a brand new project VS Code project, AL project. And what I did, I gave Copilot, which is right now using the agent mode, and the Claude Sonnet 4 LLM. I gave the following prompt. You are a functional consultant in charge with creating the blueprint for subscription billing app. Read the content of the loaded project, provide a list of functions and processes available, and for each UI file, which is pages and page extensions, provide the actions available to the users. Detail the APIs available and the reports available to users. So it ran an analysis. It looked at different areas in this project. As you can see, it has different functional areas: base, billing, contract price update, contract renewal, contract analysis. So it ran an analysis. The Copilot ran an analysis looking at different areas, and in the end, it came up with this blueprint. Core functional areas: customer subscription contracts. It identified the features like multi-currency support for with exchange rate, harmonized billing with customizable billing rhythms, full contract lifecycle management, creation, modification, renewal for this subscription contracts. Key pages and actions. So for the subscription contracts, you gotta use these pages: customer contract list and customer contract card. There is also a module inside this app for vendor subscription contracts, and again, it identified the main features and the main UI for this module, and then subscription lines, and similarly service objects, billing management, usage-based billing, deferrals, contract renewals, data management, import and data management, bulk contract creation, service object creation, and it looked at import reports, and of course it looked at endpoints because I asked for it. And there is a list of endpoints that you can interact with, deferral APIs, billing APIs, and a few reports that you can interact with. Then it looked at, for each functional area, what sort of user actions we have. So we can create, edit, delete. For the contract management actions, we can create, edit, and delete contracts. We can generate invoices and credit memos. We can manage dimensions and deferrals. We can update exchange rates and prices. We have billing actions. We have data management actions, analysis actions, and then it looked at key business processes. So for contract lifecycle, we have creation, activation, billing, renewal, extension, termination, and so on. And what I did after the Copilot generated this blueprint for subscription billing, I asked to create a README file for my feature using a Markdown with all the documentation you generated around subscription billing model, a billing app. So it created this README Markdown file, and you can let's say if it's an extension that you can edit, you can push this file as a documentation file, basically, to GitHub or to DevOps. So that's another use case for using Copilot. I think it's super useful. and imagine how long it would take to generate this file. Not only I'm not very um, used to Markdown, but um, uh, it will take a long time to go through um, the whole app and generate this documentation. And yeah, this documentation, it can serve as as a main component when you do when you deliver your service to the customer. I hope it helps. If you want to see more how-tos and more tips that I share from my daily work, um, please subscribe, um, like, and yeah, share with your friends and your coworkers. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Thank you.